I think we're due one more episode on Unholy Heights to wrap it up. And I've basically beaten the game now. I have beaten the game, but so I'm going to show you. I had two profiles, this one and this one. This one is actually the better one. And this one's ready to actually kill the last boss, because I've done it before with this profile. Not a whole lot of money, but quite a bit when all things considered. Most people are ecstatic or pleased. They want a treadmill here, so you can give them the treadmill if you want. Here's what I've learned in this game. These pluses are based on their satisfaction. Their satisfaction goes up with a better room, a reasonable rent, and whatever arbitrary condition the game has given you. For instance, some have better satisfaction when tenants die, some have better satisfaction when all tenants are pleased. So that has a cap though. That has a hard cap. And I'll show you. Let's see. These people are ecstatic. This is the hard cap. See? They have a plus 10 and a plus 10. And plus 10. Plus 10 is the highest, apparently. And that's a hard cap. What isn't a hard cap is the base stats. The base stats are a soft cap. And they go up by using your monsters in battle. And there's no other way they go up. So you could have a monster from the beginning, but if he never fights, his base stats will be shitty. Always shitty. So improving the room only goes so far. If you have crappy base stats, that plus 10 is not going to get you very far. You have to use the monsters in battle. So how does that work? Well, if you have really good base monsters at the bottom, which I do here, for instance, this plus 15 sucks. These guys have actually been trying to. I wanted to swap them out for one of a pair like this because they have higher base stats. And I mean, look at this. This base stats are pretty fucking high. So I wanted to swap them out because these guys just don't measure up to the next level. They attack slower and they're both melee anyway. But the next room tenant, his base stats are fairly decent. I mean, his pluses could be higher. But at the same time, he's 45, 39, and 45. And my best monster yet, I think, is this one, 73, 67, and 70. His mate is a lot shittier because she doesn't pop out and attack. He pops out first because the order of precedence in the room is he's first. You can't swap tenants. So you can't move this one. No, see, I don't want to evict. You can't take her and pull her to the front. So you're locked in them being in this order, which sucks if you're trying to build up another one. You know how I said it would be really good if there was an indication whether they were home or not? It also would be a good indication if you could lock people in their rooms or not. If you knock on the door and send them out to battle, what would be really nice is if you could choose who comes out, which one of the 1, 2, or 3 tenants would pop out. So you could get experience for the people who need it. That just would be so much better. This person here he's been really good for my ranged support, and his mate really just fucking sucks. Look at her defense, 16 compared to 44. It's really difficult to get these stats up. The only way to do it is to move them into a different room, maybe closer to combat, and always put the fucker back in. These level 2 cheaps are actually really good because they usually work from home, so they're usually home when you need them. So it's really difficult to build one up when they get a mate. It's better to try and get them a mate as soon as possible. So you move them in, you give them a balloon, and then they get a mate. But the mate still won't go up if they keep doing all the fighting. So that's what I've learned. And the only really way to get the people on the top to get experience, like this person, she'll never get experience. The only way to do it is to swap them. Move the people from the top to the bottom where they can get more fighting in, and then just do a whole lot of grinding. Well, I don't want to do that much grinding. And see how the rent is really cheap? Here's what I've noticed. See, look at her job. Her job is bartender. Now, even if you upgrade the rooms to the point where stronger monsters move in, which, by the way, these abyssals are really hard to move in. You have to have a lot of abyssals who all pray for them to even show up. So abyssals are really hard to get to come to you if you don't have abyssals already. So Other than that, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, the rent. Your money doesn't really come from rent. If you try to make money based on rent, what you're going to have is people who are always behind, defaulting, and eventually they're going to run off on you. So you can only raise their rents really when they get a better job. And don't be fooled. Those king cheapies, the ones with the crowns, they don't really have a lot of money. It says they're a millionaire, but I gave them like a 700 golden night room rent with 3 cheapies, 3 adult king cheapies. Well, 1 king, 2 kings and 1 queen, and they still couldn't afford it between the 3 of them. It was just that you got to watch out what their jobs are. You can only raise their rent when they're both when their satisfaction is going up and they have a better job. So it's difficult to make money that way. You have to keep doing the daily over and over again, and it technically is a daily. I only have 2 quests left. This is the daily. What I mean by that is when you accept it, you'll get 2 waves of attackers. You'll get a wave of party of 3, then you'll get a solo. The solo is really easy to kill. You kill all of that and you get the 10,000, but they show up throughout the day. You accept 1, the party of 3 might come in the next couple hours, game time, not real time. But then the rest of the wave won't come until late in the next day. So it's a daily. But the only mission left is Unholy Heights, and I've already done it. The proof is that I've already unlocked the free attack mode. It's in the options, but I can probably kill him again to show you the ending if I can do it again. Let's do it. It's hard to... I don't know if I can do it and dictate at the same time. What I don't like is how lazy they were with the backgrounds. I mean, you can tell it's a painted backdrop and everything, but if you stare at it long enough, it's out of focus, and your eyes try to make it in focus, but they can't. So the longer you stare at this, the more you try to make it in focus, and the worse your eyes get, because you can't focus it, because it's designed blurry on purpose. I really wish more detail had been put into the backgrounds. You know, this game is very shallow. There's not much to it. You get the bestiary. See, I couldn't get this last abyssal no matter how hard I tried. It never showed up. And, like, it says they're interested, but that's about it. The cheapies, these fuckers are retarded. They don't have shit. You never want them. And these guys aren't much better. You know, I have a couple down here. One of them is kind of cool. This guy, his defense is great. These 2, they have good defenses, surprisingly, but their attacks suck. You have to really grind them hard to get them up. I don't mind these guys so much because if I was smarter, I would have grinded their stats up a bit more because these guys attack really fast. So the furries, the level 1 and level 2 furries attack fast, and if you can get their defense up at the same time, they become one of your most viable party members because, see, 70, 67, 70, this is a really good character right here. I just wish, oh, this guy's stats were 70. Anyway, the level 4 tip, oh, here we go, this is the first. This is the final mission. All this game is a bunch of waiting. So, yeah, that's why it's boring to me. Here he is. I don't quite know how to kill him, to be honest. He kills a lot of my dudes. There we go. There. Nope, go back in. Now, I can kill him fairly easy. Oops. But, see, he has the splash damage, and that's really difficult to handle. Oh, no, you died. You died. Now my teddies are getting their asses handed to them. My cheapies are getting their asses handed to them. Yeah. This guy's splash damage is what ruins it for you. The only way I found out really to kill him is just to take it. You know, the ghosts have really good defense, so they can suck up a lot more damage than I expected. Other than that, I don't really know how to handle him so well. He just sucks up. He's difficult, to say the least. But some people bit the farm. But other than that, I think, oh, fuck, they're dead. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of, really good characters up here. They're all weak up here. So they're all gonna bite the fucking farm. Oops. That's right, you guys were, pretty much... Yeah, see how fast these guys attack? These guys are really, really good. It's just, they just weren't all that powerful to begin with. But you can kill him. You know, I've done it. It's just I'm trying to play it safer here, and I don't think that it's working. They steal your money. So that always sucks. See, look. He's actually doing some damage. I lose all my tenants with this guy, but I still win. I just wish I had kept more tenants alive. It would have been nicer. I don't seem to have any more available. See, decent defense on these cheapies, just not really good attack. Oh, come on, kill him! Oh, I still have my fish. Well, they're abyssals, they're not fish, but anyway, I've killed him. You get your gold back if you kill them before they flee, so I get my 46, 49, 89. Doesn't matter how many you have left, as long as he dies. And now everyone's got a pissed look, because now it says, oh, I can now conquer the world. So, Satan, that's you, you're coming out. When you get the upgraded hotel like this, he sometimes lounges out here. 1828 was collected, 1 room late. Well, that's because a lot of tenants are dead. You're late. 31G late. I always considered if you pay 20 bucks a day in rent, that's a lot of money per year. 360 times 20, 165 is 3,650 times 2. That's a lot of money per year in rent for just 20. And double that for 40. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't want to pay 14,000 a year in rent for 40 bucks a night. So, you know, it's not really fair to charge people 100 a night. Anyway, here's the opening, the ending. I figured I would just do this as a wrap-up to let you know that I did play the game. I did put my time in. I didn't give up on it. This is the game that I played when I was rendering. I would record my Rogue Legacy, and then while it's processing, I would put this game on. And then it finished processing, then it would say save and edit. I'd save and edit, and that would take just as long. So I'll take another 25 minutes to save and edit, play this game. And then I pick the chunk I want, the 20-minute chunk, and I put, you know, save as whatever, Rogue Legacy 7 or something. And then I would play this game again. So that's how I got my time in, is trying to get my Rogue Legacies, you know, organized and stuff. I didn't like those slugs. They have good attack, but they attack too slow, way too slow to be viable. So you can't get their stats up, and they're too weak to begin with. So you don't want them. The little cheapies with the helmets are okay if you can get their stats up. The skeletons are really good, and the cheapies with glasses and are the best. I love the abyssals. I love the mermaid abyssals, and I love the mermaid abyssals. I don't mind the wolfy furries; they're fine. It's just they're not as strong base value as the other furries, the catfish furries or whatever, so I got those instead. So you can collect those. Those weak abyssals, I never got a chance to grind them up, but their base stats start so small, there's a good chance you'll never do it. Besides, the next level up abyssals start so much higher. Those mound of fishy blobs, they start higher. So you can just grind those up. But the mermaids are the ones you kind of want to start with because their base stats are all in the 40s. Yeah, I know, he died. The little baby died. And this is just every one you ever had. And you can speed it up. Whee! I don't know if you want to read it or not. I just, that's basically my thoughts on the game. It really is a colossal waste of time. I rule the world as over darkness. He returned. This is all the people who went with you, who lived throughout the final battle. Returned empty-handed, empty-handed, empty-handed. Got lost. Conquered the world with the devil, the fishy. He got lost, got killed, returned to their home, conquered the world with the devil. So the ghost lived. He empty-handed. He was killed, and she was killed in conquest and return of the world. He got lost during a battle. So there you go. Yay! Thanks for playing. and you unlock the mode. I've already unlocked it, so I don't think it's going to tell me again that I've unlocked it. I don't know. Yeah, see, if you go into options now, it says there's a free battle mode open. I don't know what that means. That's the only thing you get when you beat the game. All those hours for just about nothing. I didn't like the pandas. I didn't like the centaurs. The centaurs actually had really good stats after a while because it's really easy to grind them. And they generally pay their rent on time. But I did have one default too much because I kept pumping it up before I realized how to adjust the rents. Only adjust when they get promotions. And only adjust by a little bit. Because your dailies is how you get all your money. Anyway, I don't like the demons because of the requirement to have people die all the time. It's like your first row 4 would always have to die. And your demons would be the second level up. And they would continuously be happy. They would get their plus 10s right away that way. But then you have to grind them up for their bases. It wouldn't be too difficult to grind them, but still you have to grind. So you have to keep people from the beginning or close to the beginning. And have stats all in the 70s, basically, to beat that guy. Otherwise, they all croak like I showed you. Anyway, that's Unholy Heights. It's my wrap-up episode. I don't plan on playing this again, even idly by myself. I just don't do casual games. It was in my library, so I wanted to get it over with. It has some charm. I would probably Skype play this with someone who wanted to play it with me, like, you know, as a co-op live thing, but with commentary, but I wouldn't play it with myself. Alright, so that's it for Unholy Heights. Just a final wrap episode. More Rogue Legacy on the way. Thanks for watching.